I wasn't sure the time
Welcome
myself.
to The Collective, where every conversation ignites a new perspective. Join us as we delve into the journeys of remarkable individuals, explore the art of growth, resilience, and the power of a shared mission as we strive to be better together. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another live while we're in the midst of our recorded processes here. And I am super excited to get this show on the road. We got Pat here. We got Sean all the way from Japan. And we got Jared coming in from Florida. And I am stoked. So while I am stoked, you should be too. Do the things, like the show, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, do all that good stuff. Get your emails whenever we go live, which, of course, Wednesdays normally for the new workshop and Fridays for the collective. And I am pumped for this. If you have not yet, make sure you're signed up for our newsletter, which goes out every week, the Reinforcement Loop, and got some good brain candy in there, as well as some good information on the collective overall. Other than that, let's get into some quick intros, and then we will kick off the rest of the show. So, Jared, why don't you start us off? Give us a quick 10 to 15 seconds. Who are you? Where you come from? All that good stuff.
From Washington State. Went in the military super young, when 17. From 2003 to 2018, was in the Air Force as a TAC-P, and have been doing photography and videography since I was about 14 years old, so 1998.
Bam, back in the day. That was way back in the day. Pat, how's the mountains treating you out there?
Mountains are awesome. Yeah, so I went on a 2-week road trip down to California, just trying to build content and do the whole YouTube thing. Maybe we'll see, but also got some rad images of surfers that I'll have to share with you guys later.
Sweet, I dig it. Sean, how's Japan treating you?
Yeah, things are busy. Things are good. Got the whole family here doing the Christmas and New Year's thing. Going to be in Tokyo for New Year's and living that dream. Pat, I got to say, I love that photo of your vehicle there out on the flats with the reflectivity. It's a killer.
Yeah, he's putting some great shots together. Now, I got a quick couple comments I want to hit on here. We got happy holidays from CJM. Dan C jumped in here. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Let's kick some ass. Absolutely. Other than that, any other points on photography, on Joy, on anything that we've kind of touched on over the last month or so before we get into the photos? I'm going to hit Pat. What do you think?
This time it was very interesting. I think I'll just say, we really tried to push this one. I got a lot of inquiries, even from guys that shoot professionally that are vets. I don't know if they just missed the timeline or just busy time of year or whatever, but yeah, I'm stoked that we continue to do this. The whole idea is to have a photo contest for our community, and it didn't exist until we made it, right? So the topics, so we'll refine it. This is our 5th one. Joy was an interesting one. I don't know if it helped or hurt us, because how do we really define that? But I guess we'll see what some of the examples are. So I'm pretty stoked.
We are going to see very shortly. That is for sure. We got another couple comments. Satch jumped in here. Good to see you, buddy. Good afternoon, team. On the Instagram side, we got Canadian Veteran says, Chance, Sean, good to see you. Good to see you, buddy. He says he misses us as we have been off for the last little while. Now, if you guys are, Sean, you got any thoughts before we jump into the photos?
Yeah, I'm with Pat. When we decided that we were going to do Joy this month, I thought, that'll be pretty good. It makes sense. Everyone will get it. But as it turns out, I don't think a lot of people understood the word itself, because I don't think a lot of people have deeply thought about it. I mean, I put up a post where I kind of tease some details out, and just the very fact that I had to put that post out made me think about it in a way that I really had never considered. So it's kind of an interesting word. It's almost like a word that needs a lot more discussion than just maybe we've been doing. So we'll have to do a podcast on it, I think.
So. Jared, you got any thoughts on Joy before we dive into the photos?
Well, I mean, I think I'm interested to see how the photographers approach this, because there is such a cool way to capture the purest form of this in certain situations. So it's almost like you can't manufacture it. So it's, trying to get a home, people returning home after being deployed or something like that. So there's these moments in which you could get the raw form of this. So I really want to see if people went that direction, or if they truly tried to kind of manufacture it.
That's a good point. I know when I was doing the initial video to promote this, I was thinking like, how do you capture joy, but the emotion itself? Because I know my first thought was I'm going to take a picture of something that brings me joy, but not the emotion itself, which is a whole other side of it as well. So I'm digging this. I'm looking forward to where we go with this, and let's jump right in. I got first up, we got Dave Curvin. He dropped this photo right here of his son playing in the snow, which is a great one. I'm sure it's going to be hard for you to see on this one. I think a little tight, but let's get some initial thoughts. Pat, what do you got?
I'm just going to put this on my bigger screen here. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, no, it's yeah. I mean, he looks like he's having joy, and then obviously the little dude brings joy to the photographer. So it's cool. It's a cool night shot. I mean, I think it encompasses the topic. I mean, the only thing from a technical point of view is he cut his toes off, but that's about it.
I take it. Jared, what about yourself? Any thoughts on this one?
Well, I mean, right out the gate, man, like this is exactly what I was just talking about. Like you're capturing a raw moment. Like when you're this age and it snows, you're thinking school's canceled. Like we're not going tomorrow. This is awesome. I'm about to go play in this tonight and tomorrow all day. So like there is nothing. And oh, by the way, this kid has no idea what taxes are or rent or the electric bill or Verizon, you know, screwing your cell phone bill up. Like, so when we talk about the purest form of joy, here we go. It is a 10 to 12-year-old boy that just saw it snow enough to cancel school and action.
That's a win right there. Sean, you got any initial thoughts?
Yeah, I like it. I'm with the guys, and the first thing that I thought was, man, Dave really caught the moment well. But the second thing was, and he's inviting us into the moment, whether the kid understood that or not, just by simply putting his arms out there, and he's kind of like pulling me in with him, you know. He's encouraging all of us to get in the game with him at that time, whether he understands it or not, or at least that's what I'm seeing when I see this photo. Technically, I mean, there's a bunch of things that we could say, but just my first thought is I love it.
Well, let's get into the technical aspects of it. Initially, let's go out of a score of 10 like we've been doing, composition and technical skill. I'm going to start with Jared on this one. What do you think out of 10? What would you rate this?
So this is all together. So like you said, we got the feet cut off, but again, like I'm gonna give bonus points for capturing the raw assignment in that. So I'll go with 7 overall with this. Also, too, you know, a little bit of a long exposure, good light behind them, you know, getting the moon bursting through in the dead of night. So yeah, I'm gonna be about a 7.
7. I like it. Pat, where do you rate this?
Yeah, I think I'll land around a 7 as well if we're just going for composition and technical skill, because I mean, it's a night shot. The light is actually nice coming on to the one side of his face, you know, creating that shadow. Like there's like good contrast there. The only gripe that I really have with it at all is the toes cut off. And so a rule for people that, you know, as we progress, and that's part of the whole thing that we like to do with this particular format or forum, is don't cut someone's hands or feet off. And if you're going to cut a limb off, you cut it off like above or below the joint, right? So that's just the little like technical thing. But yeah, a 7 for composition. Technical is definitely solid.
I dig it. Sean, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm in line with all of that. I think the other thing that is kind of bugging me a little bit is I appreciate the moon light, but the flare is kind of making me feel like it's a greasy lens. And I know it's not a greasy lens, but just the flare is not really working for my eye. Other than that, the horizon looks like it's either some weird backlight there or there's some hyper contrast, but yeah, I like it, but technically I'm sitting at a 7.
Yeah, I dig it. I mean, it's a solid number to give. I have a question for you guys then. What is your guys' opinion on the amount of dead space, the sky there? Is that generally a good thing to go with? Or
well, I mean, I think you wanted to have the moon, you know, captured in that. So I see that as being another aspect of the whole composition. So
yeah, I agree with Jared. Not only that, too, like you're giving like 2/3. So like either you get like there's a frig, I can't remember which director said it, but it was in a movie as well. It's where's your horizon at, right? And you don't want your horizon dead center. That will just it makes a very boring shot. So moving your horizon up or down will create a different environment and different emotion to the shot. So having a lot of sky is not a bad thing. It adds to the photo, I think.
And also too, I mean, this is set up. If he was a compositor, like you could really go to town on this with adding clouds into the sky, stars, the Milky Way, with snow falling. Like this could turn into something really cool.
I really like that. That would be really neat to add in some snowflakes or something like that. Sean, you got any thoughts on the amount of dead space there? Or I guess it's sky.
No, that works for me. I kind of like the idea of rule of 2/3 or 1/3, as it were. So this is working for me, and it's critical that the moon was in there in this shot, in my opinion. So I think Dave did a great job overall, but I'm still sitting at a 7.
Yeah, no worries. I was just more curious on my end. All right, creativity, originality. Where would you rate this one, Sean? I'm going to come right back to you.
Yeah, sure. It doesn't look like it was a contrived moment. So it wasn't, it didn't take an hour to set up this shot. It was literally a kid that probably jumped out of the truck and, or ran out of the house. And, Dave grabbed a shot of him enjoying the moment. So I think the originality of it is on point.
And what would you rate it? What number?
I'm going to give it an 8.
An 8. I like it. JT, how about you?
I'll go with 8 as well, because like I said, I think the important of the assignment here is you can't manufacture joy. It has to be a captured moment. So I was interested to see what photographers did with this. Like, and this is a captured moment. Therefore, like you can't fake it.
I dig it. Pat?
Yeah, I'll go 8 as well. Yeah, 100%.
Easy peasy. I like it. All right. Well, let's dive into relevance then, because that is, I personally think this is right on the mark. I would give it a 9 or 9.5, or however we want to mark that, or 10. What do you guys think, JT?
I mean, relevance, I'd go perfect score. You don't get I'm going back to the assignment was joy. He captured joy. So, yeah. There's a pass fail on relevance I think on this one.
I agree. Pat, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll be the hard ass like Sean will be, and I'll give only a 9.5 because you can't give it a perfect 10. That's just normal Army grading.
All right, Sean, you in the same boat?
Yeah, I'm applying the Nadia Comaneci rule. I'm at a 9.5.
All right, sweet. Then let's move into Stoke, vibe, artistic factor. Where are you guys laying on this one, Pat?
I'm gonna go a solid 9 on this one for sure. The way he cropped it, I mean, with the feet forgiven. The way he cropped it, boy in the center, big wide arms, the 2/3, all that stuff, the overall whole thing. Yeah, it's definitely a 9. Like it's just overall, it's a good 9. Yeah.
I dig it. Sean?
Yeah, I'm sitting at a 9. The more that I look at the photo and the more I try to analyze for micro details, I'm really loving how the boy's eyes are kind of, and his face is kind of tilted up, almost looking at the sky. He's kind of got a lock between the sky itself, almost like an angelic sort of gaze, and sort of looking at the horizon. Just those little details are drawing me into. I'm loving this photo, so I'm gonna throw out a strong 9.
All right, JT.
I'm going to go with 9.5 out of the fact that this was pure emotion. Like, I love it. Like again, like this is he did the assignment. And so if we're going off of Stoke, hey, there ain't more Stoke out of that kid than we can get.
Yeah, that is supreme Stoke. All right, well that sets a pretty high standard right off the bat. Dave Curvin's been coming in pretty solid over the last little while.
Yeah, for sure.
Great photos just consistently being put in here. Any other thoughts before we jump into our next one? Diving in from anybody? Good to go?
All right, let's go.
Dive right into the next one. We got this came in from Satch. He took a candid photo of his lady and the dog right before bed. What are you guys thinking overall right off the bat? Sean, I'll hit you first.
Man, that's a killer photo. I love the contrast. I love the lighting. There's so many layers to the lighting on this one. I love it's almost got a 3-dimensionality pop. I'm curious as to what he shot that with. But my first response is I friggin' love this photo, with the exception. Oh no, that's not an error. So I love this photo. It's great.
I dig it. JT?
Yeah, I mean, this actually was one of the other things that came to mind when thinking about joy. I was going to be thinking about pets, interaction with pets, like, because as soon as you said the assignment, it's okay. How would I do this? What would I be looking for? What would I do? And this is spot on. I think the only thing that I kind of am a little just off on is the crop. I honestly think if he would have cropped in and almost had everything take up the entire image, that would be the only thing that I would change.
Like removing the background there and just
Well,
having
still having it, but just having that the offset is just a little. I'm looking at this also too as like almost like a magazine ad, because it looks like it looks like an ad. Like when you look at it, it's just that crop is just a little off. It doesn't really look deliberate.
I dig it. Pat, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm 100% on with JT. I think, and everybody else. Obviously, this is a great shot, but the crop is shifted to the right. If anything, it should be a little bit left heavy or just really tightened up. One of the two. But otherwise, great photo. I don't know what. If it was like, this is like a portrait mode type thing, and then high contrast black and white on like an iPhone, or if this was like actually taken into like Photoshop or what. But I love the completely blacked out background, the high contrast black and white, the expression on her face, the whole thing. It's the textures. It's a solid freaking photo.
Dig it. I'm pretty sure he told me it was taken on his iPhone, and then he gave me a little bit of background, but I'll have to look it up in case we want to dive into that. But what do you guys think? Composition, technical skill. What are we rated at? JT, I'll hit you first.
I mean, I'm going to go across the board on all of ours now. I mean, this is a solid 8.5 everywhere, and the only reason I'm docking this 1.5 is just that crop is just a little. It's just a little uneasy for me as a designer. Like it bothers me. So it's like, other than that, like this is a perfect assignment photo, and like it literally could be in a magazine.
I take it. Pat, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm going with 8.5 as well, just based on that crop. I mean, because we're just purely talking about technical, and again, to build photographers up, to give you guys teaching points so that you can go forward. And this, because a lot of this critique is not just prize pack. Some of this critique is to make you better photographers. And just seeing that, I'm sure once Zach looks at it and he looks at it hard, he will see that it is right, justified, and it doesn't make it takes away from the emotion of the shot. So an 8.5.
Right on. Sean?
So I'm going to go in a little bit of a different direction because I agree with the boys. I just want to throw in another piece. As I'm looking at it more and more, I think that the lighting is a bit intense on the pet. It feels a touch washed out. I appreciate how that can really work in a lot of instances, but for my eye at this moment, I would have liked to have dialed down the lighting on the pet just a touch, so I got a little bit more dimensionality off the pet, because that feels a little bit too 2D, whereas the rest of it feels 3D. And so it's a tiny technical aspect that you could go both ways. I can see how this would work for sure, but for me right now in this moment, just dial back the light a hint, and that would have been great for me.
Raj, I dig it. Did you have a number in there? Are you good with 8?
Yeah, I'm sitting at an 8.5. Sorry,
dude. And honestly, man, like the more I look at it, if he would have cropped this with the subject going outside of both edges on all sides, like top, left, and right, like if he would have zoomed in, this would have been magnificent. Like this would have been fucking perfect.
I dig it. Now, so we got Satch jumped in here. He says, taken on an iPhone 16 Pro in portrait mode right before bedtime. All the moment. I dig it. That's awesome. All right, so we got 8.5 on composition, technical skill. What about creativity, originality, Pat?
Just hang on a sec. Yeah, that's an important aspect of this entire conversation. Is there's a distinction between trying to capture emotion in an image but then there's the other aspect of feeling the emotion as you're capturing the emotion. And so that's really quite critical what Satch just put in. You know, he felt the moment, and therefore, you know, we're feeling the moment to some degree. If you can't be in it with the image, or you can't be in it with the moment, or you can't be in it with the dog and the girl, then all we will see is a great photo. We won't feel a great photo. So there's a distinction between seeing and feeling. And so I think it's really important what he said.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Pat, what are you thinking?
Sorry, what are we scoring right now out of what was the topic?
No, we're going back.
We're just talking about the crop still, and we're just talking about the feeling of the moment. Yeah, no, sorry. I was kind of zoned out staring at the photo. Because I was, you know, thinking about what Sean was talking about, like the slightly blown out. But I mean, you are in an iPhone, you're using portrait mode, but I do believe you can drag that down just a little bit, just in the future. But you know, to see the moment, take the moment, and do a candid shot that quickly with your iPhone, it's perfect, right? Because like, I mean, what's the best camera? Is the camera that you have with you, and you know, we can open that app super fast now on the new models, and yeah, bam, done. You got the shot, and that's what all great photos should be. And they should create emotion, right? They should create emotion for everyone involved in it. The person that's been shot, the photographer, and the viewer, in my opinion.
JT, you got some thoughts?
I'm going 8.5 across to all categories. Like I said, like this met the intent of the entire project in each one, and that was it. The only critique I had was crop, and other than that, like I think he can still go back and turn this into an even better piece with some edit.
I'd like to see that, Satch. So when you get an opportunity, go back and hit us up with a slightly updated version, perhaps with the crop. That'd be good to see. All right, then creativity, originality. You guys are good. 8.5. Pat, Sean. Yeah,
I'll do it. I'll do a 9. I'll do a 9 on that.
9 from Pat.
This would be magnificent printed on aluminum too. Like fix it.
Oh yeah.
And an aluminum
sure.
print of this is like, I mean, that's how I'm looking at this. Like, imagine your contest is in a museum, and I'm visualizing them like as it's joy, and it's like, dude, I would see this on aluminum.
Yeah,
because those silvers would pop so good.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, relevance. You guys are 8.5 from JT for relevance, but Pat,
I'll do a 9 on that as well. Yeah, I'm throwing a 9 on that.
I'm sitting at 8.5 right across the board on the entire thing.
I'm liking it. Easy peasy. Well, then, any issues on Stoke vibe? Before everyone's good on 8.5 for that one.
That's a 9 for me as well. Everything's 9 for me except for the technical. It's just that crop could have been better.
Pat's holding his line. I like it. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Satch jumped in here. He said, "Sounds good, boys. I didn't edit it at all." So that's just the raw photo. There you go. So now you can play with a little bit of post process and dive in there. Let's ask this then. Any lessons from that shot that could apply to anyone else that is trying to get into photography? JT?
I mean, take advantage of your light when you got some light like that. Like I said, like you said, best camera is the one you have. And if you, I do that all the time, by the way. If I see a moment where someone's got an amazing rim around them because of the sun or something, I'm gonna stop, and I will take it right there. So it's like, take advantage of the light that you have in the moment that you have.
I dig it. Pat, you got any lessons for anybody from that photo?
I mean, nothing more that I already said. So I mean, everything. I think the crop. I think like we've all said that the crop, and then I would look at possibly printing it. You should go for it. Like see what it looked like printed. I think it would be very amazing.
Yeah, that would be a mantelpiece shot for sure. Sean,
just on the light, I'm going to show this photo that I took in just here, just in front of Toyama Castle, and I got some great light and a little bit of. I mean, it's not coming across obviously in here, but you can use light to rim a subject from behind. And it's the cheapest form of lighting you'll ever get. You just got to use the sun in a way that really creates a little bit of three-dimensionality. There's light all around us. I mean, the art of photography is manipulating shadow and light, or darkness and light, as
And
it
time,
were. So,
right?
and time, of course.
Right.
So,
That's we're like literally like. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you
no,
off.
no, you're right. It's being at the right time, the right place. If you move 1 inch to the left, if you move 1 inch back, that's what I had to do for that photo, was move 1 inch left and 1 inch back to get the light rimming off the gate of Toyama Castle, and then lighting my two subjects, my wife and my son. I mean, it's not hard to do if you just move your feet a little bit and use the free light that's all around you.
Oh, these are good lessons. I dig it. All right, well let's jump into the next one here. We got this one, and I hope I pronounced this right, from Borhan Zhang. He put this one out, and this is just a beautiful shot. I love horses, so anytime I have horses in the frame, that just brings me joy. But what do you guys think overall? First impressions. Let's start with Pat. What do you think?
I like it. I think that Borhan is slightly out of focus compared to the horse. I don't know if I like that as an artistic choice, but as like, to me, it kind of, I would like them both in focus, like the I mean, whatever the aperture was set at or the focus was set at. I think I'd want them both in focus. But other than that, yeah, no, it's a good shot. It's a cool shot. I'm curious how Borhan took that, if he took it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if his arms are that long, but who knows? Sean, you got
right, because that's part of the criteria here,
right?
That's Borhan, because I know Borhan.
I like Pat's initial observation, because I was curious as to whether the horse's eye got the lock or Borhan's, but I do believe it is the horse's eye that got the lock. And it looks like a really shallow depth of field. I mean, based on the barn in the backyard and all of that good stuff. So I agree that could have been sort of adjusted. That both subjects were popping. Other than that, I love the shot. The fact that we're talking about joy here, that it wasn't an overt sense of joy like our first image of the boy kind of making us all smile and feel the moment intensely. This is more of a subtle joy. And so I love the idea of nuance when it comes to this subject. So I kind of dig this photo, if not for the eye lock. Other than that, I'm kind of liking the way this direction is going.
JT?
I don't know. I don't get joy out of this. Like I feel like I would need, like, if his hand was on the horse, that would have brought it together. But the fact that, like, at first, when I first saw it, it looked like his head was on him, and that made sense. But then as I look closer, it's not. He's just in front of him. And then the crop, you don't see him touching him at all. So I just don't feel the emotion out of this one. It just kind of looks like a still from somebody working.
Yeah, I'm tracking that. I was when I first looked at it, I was a little thrown off in a similar manner, just from his facial expression.
Yeah, facial expression, and then
lack
of touching the horse.
Yeah, I am with you on that one. Well, let's dive in.
Sorry, so am I, but that's why I kind of leaned heavily into it's made me rethink it just a little bit, in the sense of, this is a really nuanced form of joy. It's not jumping up in the air and doing or backward handstands or anything crazy like that. It's not an overt sense of joy. I mean, I feel his love in the moment. It's not like a super joyful moment, but it's just a really nuanced aspect of joy that I think is worth teasing the details out in a broader podcast, but maybe not right now. I'm not feeling massive.
I just think I think I would need one or the other. Like I could deal, like, his facial expression would be fine if I saw his hand on the horse, but without him touching the horse, that facial expression just doesn't match our feeling that we're looking for.
Yeah, I agree.
I am tracking with you on that one. And I mean, I know, working with horses for many years, the sense of joy is very different that you would get working with the horse than it would be playing in the snow, right? And so there's a little bit of like you said, Sean, nuance to it, and we'll get into it in another show. But let's take a look at the composition, technical skill. What do you guys think on this one? Sean, I'll hit you first.
I'm gonna give it a. Are you ready? It's going to be harsh. 6.5, and it's just the simple. aspect of that focus lock, and there's some other elements in there that just aren't working that well for me. I know it's a harsh score, but that's where I'm landing.
No, I'm tracking you. I was actually thinking as you were saying that it almost seems, because the focus is on the horse, that the horse is the subject versus Borhan. So it throws me a little bit. I'm with you on the 6.5 here. Pat, what are you thinking?
I'd give it a 7 only because I like the crop. But that's and like, you know what I mean, but and like I love the layers, but the layers are not in focus correctly, right? So since the layers are out of not in the right order of focus, because the horse isn't feeling joy, right? I mean, because like that's where the focus has gone, it's to the horse. And so if the horse was, I don't know, lit up in some way that it was emoting joy, then I give it a much higher score. But I like the layers, I like the crop, focus is off, so that's where I'm at.
Yeah, tracking. JT, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go 6.5 to 7. Just, this looks like a 70 to 200 long lens, from afar. But it also, like, I just feel like there's 50 other of these. Like they took a bunch, and maybe there's another one that just shined better for this project. Like,
that's a great point. There could be it. I think you're right on that. There's probably a lot of these shots put to smash through a whole bunch of time there. All right, well, 6.5 on that one. Sounds good to me. Creativity, originality. What do you think, JT? I'm going to come right back to you.
Still 6.5. I would have, again, I really wanted. I'd either want to see the facial expression or the touching. Like I could handle that expression on his face if I saw his hand on the side of the horse, like then that like truly shows the connection in the circle. Yeah, I'm right in the middle on there. It's just, yeah.
I'm tracking. No worries, Pat. What do you got?
I mean, I hate to say this because I know Borhan and I know that that's Borhan in the picture. So I'm going to be polite and just give it a 5 when it should actually get a 0, because the assignment was that you take the picture. So if you didn't take the picture, then, so anyways, so that's, yeah, it's,
I'm tracking.
Because I think JT's right. Like, I think this was shot with a long lens. So there ain't no way that this was selfie mode with your arm, with your motion and that like kind of like thing like that. So that's just my opinion.
No, I'm. That's why you're here. Your guys' opinion.
I mean, yeah, you can tell that it was zoomed in too, because that's why you have that bokeh on the back. Like, so yeah, this was probably that 70 to 200 we all love.
Sean, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm sitting at a 6 on this one.
All right, 6 it is. All right, I like it. What about relevance? JT, I'm going to come to you because I think I know how you feel about it.
I'm right at 5. Just with that facial expression, I need something else for the assignment to be complete, or the facial expression is changed and there's no touching, but you're seeing joy in his eyes, in his face. Like,
yeah, I'm tracking with you.
Because it just, like, to me, this just looks like a work photo. Like,
it does.
And we're capturing someone that's out cleaning the stalls, getting things ready. Like,
yep, I agree with you. I'm with you on that one, Pat. Any thoughts? And you want to move off of 5?
I mean, he's almost drowning, so I'm still at 5. So it's like we're not enjoy here. I think it's a cool guy photo. Like maybe if this was like about peace, like a sense of peace, it was like the theme. Then yeah, maybe it'd be more aligned to what we were looking at.
Tracking. Sean, thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know the guy, but maybe this is his MO. Maybe this is his poker face of joy. And so here's just from a photography perspective, this photo might have worked better for me if in post-processing he would have taken himself as the subject and just brightened up or polished up or given himself a little bit of luminosity. So he was actually shining a little bit. He was actually a little more 3D in the image so that he was more present. He kind of disappears in the image to some degree, and these are loose terms, but if he would have appeared more in the image and actually radiated a little bit more, I could have been with this image a little bit more, but as it stands, I'm going to sit at a 6.
Raj, I dig it. Well, then I think in the Stoke factor, let's go just do a quick one here. It's probably not going to be that high of a score on this one, but what do you guys think? Sean, I'm going to hit you right back. Stoke wise, what do you at?
Yeah, I'm bummed for the guy because just with a little bit of work, this could have been something completely different. But I'm going to hang out at a 6.
Okay, 6. Pat?
Staying at 5. I'm not stoked. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
if it's supposed to bring me stoke, it's not bringing me stoke. I mean, sorry, Borhan.
I'm in the similar boat. JT?
Yeah, I'm at 5.
right.
It's just dead middle.
Dead middle. I like it. All right. Well, then let's jump out of here and let's quickly talk about it. Any lessons that could have been that can be passed on to anyone else that's watching? What do you guys think? JT, I'm gonna hit you right back.
I mean, when you have an assignment like you're giving Joy, like just look at all the aspects of your composition and what's happening into it, and look at your image and keep going. Okay, does it define the assignment? How and why? I think that could have been fixed. But also too, it's a confusing situation because, like you're saying, you guys that know this guy, he didn't take the picture, so we're kind of confused.
Yep. So I guess the lesson is, first off, take a photo of yourself. and
yeah, because how is he even going to defend this? Like if he submitted it, like we're not grading him. He's in it.
Yeah. Like unless you shot it with a remote, like he didn't. I know which he didn't. I know he didn't have that ability. So it's not like he had it on a tripod locked off and made this like momentary candid moment where he's looking away all cool and like hit the remote and took the shot. It's impossible. So but I'm happy for the submission, and it's not a terrible photo, but there's things that can make it better, and next time take it yourself.
For sure. Sean, you got any points on this before we move on?
Yeah, I think the thing that's bringing me the most joy is that Borhan's going to get the opportunity now to reconsider what joy means to him and what joy means to other people. So there are two things there. Like he's going to think about his shtick, and then he's going to think about our shtick, and he's going to have to synthesize those two. And I hope in the near future, it's going to redefine his approach to this. So that's what's bringing me joy.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, well, let's dive into the next one here. We got from Jürgen Beck, just threw this up. Very late, but great submission. This is beautiful. So let's get some first thoughts across the board here. JT, it sounds like you got something. What do you got?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's it. You've got you got everything there. Like, well, I mean, there was a lot of joy until they got caught. So now this shifts in from joy to fear. But I like the transition. So I'm going high score on this. Because he found the apex of joy when it starts to change.
That's funny.
Pat, you got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, no, Jürgen always surprises me because he just throws these pictures up last second when he has entered, and they're always good. I do enjoy them, and I even like the catch lights in the dog's eyes. You know what I mean? Like that's sometimes like I don't know if he noticed that, but having catch lights in an animal's eyes or a human's eyes can make them feel quite alive, and I feel like there's a lot of life to this photo.
Yeah, and I'm with you, JT, on that one. The face reads, "Uh-oh."
Well, the face still at this point is, I just had the time of my life. Now I'm about to see if you're sharing the moment with me or if you're about to destroy the moment for me.
Yeah. Sean, you got any thoughts?
Yeah, no, that's precisely what I feel. Same as JT is. It's that liminal space between, oh, I've had the time of my life, and should I now be leaning towards uh-oh? So it is almost a perfectly neutral moment of, I'm not sure which way this is going to go. I love that aspect of that transition. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. And technically the images, I mean, there's a lot of really great stuff going on in this image. This is not amateur hour photography as it were. So my first thoughts are, I'm loving the moment, and I'm also loving the photography.
Well, let's get right into the photography then. Sean, I'm going to hit you back. Composition, technical skill. What do you got?
Yeah, there's maybe just a couple of things I would do to this, and they're totally minor, but there's so many things that are going right in this image from a technical aspect. I'm giving it a 9.
9. I like it. All right, Pat, what are you thinking?
No, I can live at 9 for sure. I mean, if I were to take this into post process, like I might have put like maybe a bit of a gradient filter just to highlight the dog and lose some of that like kind of that tan carpet. But overall, it's a great shot. And there's nice layers, and yeah, I love everything that's happening in it right now. It's a very true candid moment of what it's supposed to be. Yeah,
I dig it. JT, what are you thinking?
Yeah, it's a candid capture. So I'm going 9.5. Like, and again, I'm giving bonus points for the fact that he captured the pinnacle of joy. Like right at the end of the road.
Just as it goes over the cliff. I like it.
So on the stoke factor, it's a 10 because it's like boom, like this is about to take a turn.
Don't know which way, but it's gonna turn for sure. All right, well then let's dive into creativity, originality. Sean, what do you think?
I'm crossing all of my fingers and toes and hoping that this wasn't a setup moment. And there's just a tiny part of me that is questioning how truly authentic it is. But I'm pushing all of that off to the side. And if it is 100% authentic, I'm giving this a 9.5.
All right, I like it. Pat, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm definitely a 9.5. I do believe it's a truly candid moment. I don't think you could manufacture this. I mean, it looks like you could, but I don't think you can.
The look on the dog's face says that I don't think that this was manufactured.
Yeah, that's where I'm sitting as well.
All right, sweet. I like it. 9.5 is a good one. Relevance. You guys give him top marks for this one as well? JT?
Yep, 9.5. This was it.
5. I like it.
Just followed your assignment.
There you go. Pat, what do you think?
9.5.
9.5. Sean?
Oh,
9.5. Yeah.
9.5. All right. I'm liking it. And JT already gave us a 10 on the stoke factor, but Sean and Pat, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm going 9.5 on this for sure. 100%.
Right,
Super stoked.
Yeah. 9.5.
Yep.
Nice. This guy's getting top marks across the board. I dig it. All right. Then any overall thoughts on this before we move on to our last photo?
Silvertone. I think with some dodge and burn, you could really turn that into another awesome aluminum print.
JT's got the aluminum on the brain. I like
it. I see this whole contest almost Silvertone, so it's like I'm stuck on it.
That's all right. It's good. Sean, any final points on this before we move on?
Yeah, my problem as I sit here right now is contrasting this image against the first image, Dave Kerbin's photo. And so they're two different versions of joy. And I know it's going to come down to the wire between the two photos. They're quite distinct from each other. So that's kind of a fascinating aspect to me. That's what I'm thinking right now. Nothing else.
Right on. Pat, what are you thinking?
Yeah, like with one of the things that I have to encourage people is when they're submitting these photos, like don't be afraid to print some of these. That's one of the things. Like we're so glued to our screens and looking at pictures on these small little screens, and like I mean, you can even see some of the like my drift images in the background. Like I print my stuff all the time because I think that print can really pull out better imagery and just let you enjoy it. Because at the end of the day, and this I was going to bring this up later, but at the end of the day, like you're like, if you are taking photography as like an art form, you're like Dr. Strange. You're controlling time, you're controlling light, you're controlling shadow, you're controlling all these things to create a moment and emotion, right? And so that's a great that should be like next year's Christmas card. Friggin', it's so good. Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. This is great. All right. Well, let's get into our final photo of the night, and we will hit this up real quick and go through it. Bam. This one came from Johnny, you were saying. Pat, do you know which Johnny? Because I know a lot of Johnnies.
Johnny Belfort. He was on the show before.
Cool.
He's a pro snowboarder. Yeah.
Yep. It has a very cool shot. What are your guys' first thoughts? JT, let's hit you first.
I think this is implied to the subject, because it's the joy here is just in the person that does this.
Right on.
Like,
Pat, you got any?
subtle.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it. Pat, you got thoughts?
Yeah, like I mean, if you do snowboard and enjoy some of those sports or even sports like this, um, you may not be able to see his face, but I can guarantee that there's a giant grin on his face, right? Like the lean angle of him to the ground, the fact that he probably split boarded this possibly or got a he's one of the first dudes carving this powder. You can only see one other track up there, right? So he's like the first dude on this mountain. He's carving the hell out of it. I can guarantee he's got a grin from ear to ear, enjoying that. So, and I mean, I know Johnny. He lives for those mountain sports, so I know he's completely in his element, exactly where he wants to be. So I don't even need to see his face to know that he's experiencing joy. And it's quite different from the other two that we've given high marks to. Like where you see this very like surreal, expression of joy. But I know that this is joy for him, 100%. Or anyone that rides like this and is like doing something like this, like when you're like nailing a trick or you're like literally zenned out and leaned that hard, that he's in joy.
Yeah, he's looks like a blasty blast for sure. Sean, what are you thinking?
Yeah, so I got to state that I live in a ski mountain town, so I understand the photo, having been there and done that. I will say that this is a implied sense of joy rather than an explicit sense. You've kind of got to have been in this game to understand the joy of the moment. It doesn't radiate joy if you are a non-snowboarder or non-winter sport person. So I think it's joyful if you've been in the game, but for anyone who hasn't, it just feels like a sporty moment, as it were.
Well, that's a great point. This is one of the issues in that when I first was doing the trailer for this was the fact that like there's lots of times you can take a photo of something that brings you joy, but you're not really expressing joy. So if you don't know it, then you're not really going to get it at the same time. So it's a tough one though. All right, well, let's dive into it. Composition, technical skill. JT, we'll hit you first. What do you got?
Composition and technical skill is great. Like it's a good picture. Color's good. But I also think, like, again, this takes somebody that knows the sport to see I think the implied joy is that single track. So somebody that knows what it's like to be on a mountain and you're the first down, that's it. But at the end of the day, like the way that I look at this contest is pretending that you've got a gallery and you're showing the public and the whole project was joy. This just doesn't go in that gallery to me. Like as people are walking through, seeing the collection, if you will.
Yeah, tracking. That makes perfect sense. Pat, what are you thinking?
I love that. And that might actually change the way that I sometimes judge this, because that's a great way to put yourself into the on how to look at some of our topics. Like if we print these all out and threw them up in a gallery and have people walk through, would they feel the subject? That's I think that's a solid way to look at that. Composition and technical skill. This is a selfie stick shot with like either a GoPro or Insta360, something like that. So he was able to choose the crop, choose the color, all that stuff like that. So I like it. I like everything. You can tell that lean angle. I almost like would almost want to like just tilt it a bit more left to show even more the fact that he's almost perpendicular to the ground. Mm-hmm. From a technical point of view. But other than that, I like it.
All right. Well, I forgot to get a score from JT. But Pat, what's your score?
For technical skill and for the shot itself, like I'll give it a solid 8.5.
Solid 8.5. I like it. JT, what was your score on this one?
I'm gonna go with 8. Just like again, like it's a good shot, but you have to know too much to understand why this works with the assignment. So I'm there.
All right. No, it makes sense. We actually on the last maybe the last couple, we've had a couple photos come in that were good technical shots, but they just didn't fulfill the aspect of what we were going after. Sean, what are you thinking on score for this one?
I've got 2 scores. The first score is about the image, and I'm giving it an 8. And I got to call out that I love the sizzle of that board carving the snow there. I can hear the snow sizzling as it's carving. So I'm giving the photo an 8, and there's a variety of reasons for that that are not overly important. I think we all understand. But my second score is, and I never give a 10 because again, Nadia Comaneci, but I'm going to give JT a 9.8 because his comment about, if this was hanging in the gallery and how a person would feel about this particular image or any of the images from now on for the rest of every other competition that we have. It's really kind of not radically changed how I view things, but it's given it a little bit of a tweak for this particular competition style that I'm seeing the images now in a little bit of a different way. And so 9.8 to JT.
Look at that. JT's getting scores. He's not even entered.
That's right.
I dig it. All right. Creativity, originality. Sean, I'll come right back to you. What are you ranking this one at?
I like it. I'm going to give it an 8.
8. I like it. Pat, what are you thinking?
I'll get an 8.5.
8.5. Stepping up over Sean. I like it. JT, what are you thinking? Creativity, originality.
Creativity, yeah, 8.5.
8.5. All right. I like it. Works for me. Relevance. This is where I think his scores might go down a little bit. Let's start with Pat. What do you think?
I'll give it because it's true. It's implied. I know that it brings me joy, so I'm still going to hold it at a 7.5. But it is an implied joy, but it still gives me joy. So I'll be true to my score and how it emotionally makes me feel. So
I dig it. JT, what are you thinking?
I'm going 8.
8. All right. Sean, what are you thinking?
Personally, I feel the joy, having been in this position like a billion times. But now that the JT rule is in effect, I'm giving it a 7.
There we go. Nice even number of 7. I like it. Okay. Stoke / vibe. What are we sitting at, Sean?
I like the Stoke. Personally, again, for me, it sits in an 8. So it gives me personal Stoke. I'm going to say that.
Personal Stoke. I like it. Pat, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'll give it 8. It stokes me. I want to go ride right now.
Oh, there you go. And I'll get JT's score when he gets back here. But
I'm back.
Oh, you're there. Oh, your camera just disappeared. What would you rate it as a Stoke?
Oh yeah, 8.5. I grew up in Washington State. I've snowboarded my whole life, so I love it. And I get it. I get that single track is what truly drives the joy piece to this for me. But it's just you have to know that nuance to get it.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I'm not much of a skier, snowboarder, so for me, looking at this one, I didn't really get joy. I can understand where he would be joyful, but I didn't really read it that way in the photo. So I dig it. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of our 5 photos here. Let's get some overall thoughts. What are you guys thinking? Pat, what do you got?
Well, thank you to everyone that submitted. I'm stoked that people actually did, and I think the quality, like when we talked about how many submissions we got, I think we're definitely moving up in the quality realm. Like we didn't get a lot of quantity, but we're definitely moving up in quality. I think people are really, taking on the assignment and really trying to capture it. I think that's awesome, and I hope to see more of it. It's I want to see more of it. I want to do more workshops. I want to do all of it. Like it's all time, dependent and stuff like that. And when you can squeeze that sort of stuff in, but I would love to continue to foster the photographic community, especially in the veteran law enforcement, first responder kind of space, because this doesn't exist, and we are the first ones to do it. And I hope it gains a little bit of more traction. And obviously it has, because like the quality is really good.
Yeah, the quality has come up quite a bit. Sean, you got any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm with Pat. Just using the 2 baseline subjects, we've got Dave Curvin and Satch. Those 2 characters have put in photos in previous competitions, and I've seen big growth in either their intent to take better photos or their luck, whatever the case is. But their photo production is better now than it was 5 months ago. And so I see true value in this contest or competition, or more correctly, discussion about how to engage in photography in a different way and how to produce images that not only make you enjoy the moment, but also make others enjoy the moment. So I'm digging it.
Yeah, I am as well. JT, you got any thoughts on this?
No, just love it. Like, great to see people out there doing artistic stuff, and then us getting a chance to just dig through them. And all it is there's no right or wrong. We're not all the be all end all experts. We're just talking about the experience that we've had over the years and the rules that we learned, and just take it for what you want. Art is art. Do whatever you want.
That is
Amazing.
art.
We
is art.
need JT on here again, just because, I mean, like, even though we just had a short conversation at SEMA, like, I know that, you know, like, there's a lot of benefit to art therapy, and there's a lot of benefit to us talking about artistic endeavor. It doesn't have to be photography, but you know, like, looking through JT's albums and stuff like that, like, you know, we all see JT as, like, you know, this, like, funny dude from, like, Black Rifle and, like, from his own stuff and all that stuff, doing all these, like, cool, fun things. But I'm not trying to blow smoke, but, like, you're a great artist, and I think that there's a lot of stuff that, you know, people like us, and I'll throw myself in that ring, can pass on to help people express themselves better. Because, like, sometimes the biggest thing is, like, oh, I think I want to get into photography. And when you go out and you take pictures and everything looks like junk, and the immediate thing, and even me at this time in my career, my path, I'll look at some of my images and be like, oh, I'm garbage, you know, and then you almost don't want to do it. But, like, the benefit that I get from it, of taking a moment, going out somewhere, and you know, capturing these images and then manipulating them later, like, it's a process, you know, and the artistic process is I think important for all humans.
Yeah.
Well, and also too, PJ, at the end of the day, like, and I, you know, a lot of people don't know this until they sit down and meet me or talk to me. It's like, I tell them, they're like, oh my God, how did you make Black Rifle so big? I say, I was a photographer, video guy. Like, I was a skateboarder. I knew how to, if you know how to do this skill well, any business that you have an idea for now becomes a way for you to market it. So learn this first, and then you can go and do whatever you want. Because if you know how to capture video and photo to tell your story and give your value proposition to a customer, whether you're an AC company or you're a woodworker or any business that you have, this is where it starts, telling the story.
Boom.
I
Wise
love
words.
that.
I
Wow,
love it.
yeah.
That it's unfortunate because your video has died on us just a little bit ago, but hoping it'll come back here very shortly. I'm going to go over quickly over the winners and go from there. It looks like overall with a score of 38, Jürgen Beck wins with this beautiful shot of his dog and the new toy, and he's gonna win what he has won is a custom leather camera strap from our friend Chris Williams out on the West Coast in Victoria. He is going to make up a brand new custom leather camera strap.
Congratulations, Jürgen.
Nice.
Second place comes in with Satch right here, and he is going to get a t-shirt and sticker pack from All the Way from Gordo out east, and he is going to enjoy that for sure. And then third place with 33.5. It was a half score that puts Dave Kervin in third place, and he's going to be getting a mug from the Collective with the new slogan, "The standard is the standard." And I'm stoked to get that one out to him very shortly. Other than that, any final thoughts before we shut her down for the evening? Let's start with JT. What do you got?
Hey, keep entering. Do it again, and then everybody that submitted, if you want, go back and make some tweaks and edits. Print those pictures. See what you think when they're sitting on the wall.
That is a beautiful point. Pat, any final thoughts?
Yeah, GT, please come back, and we should just have a discussion about design and photography.
Would love to.
On the show. Yeah.
Outstanding.
And I'm just stoked that people are participating. I'm you know, like, I had this as a pipe dream well before you guys helped me with it, and that's where it probably would have remained. And so thank you guys, and thank you for everybody that has submitted, because I really do want to see, you know, people pursue artistic endeavor.
I could not agree more. Sean, you got any final thoughts?
Yeah, pursuing artistic endeavor is best done through competition, in my opinion. And whether that's competition against other competitors or whether it's competition with yourself, I think that's the path to sort of forward momentum. So, myself as an example, I started photography 45 years ago as a high school photographer when I was a super nerd. And now I'm in the game a long time. Doesn't mean my photos are great, but what it does mean is I've been competing against myself for a long, long time. And just over the last year, my photography has improved enough for me to be pleased. And so year after year, if you can keep on pushing your own envelope, eventually you'll get to a space where you're happy with what you shoot, not just for yourself, but when you can hand that photo off to someone else and they can appreciate it as well. The fact that you have been in the trenches for long enough competing is quite satisfying, I feel. So this competition format shouldn't be viewed as winner and loser. It should be viewed as I am in the game of getting better at the thing that I'm enjoying. And so that's my message to everyone out there.
Man, beautiful. I love it. I got a couple comments I just want to touch on before we shut her down. Dan C jumped in here and said Sean had a Chris Spirit of Christmas moment, which he did for sure. Great catching you live from Lisa Meyer. Awesome photos. Dave Curvin says, jumping on here late. Happy holidays, friends. I'll have to watch it from the beginning when things wrap up. And absolutely, Dan C says, I got to figure out my timings. He had tried to put a photo in, but it was a bit late. Happy holidays, everyone. Congrats. Play safe, gentlemen. Congrats to all the winners. Love this competition. Still learning every episode. And I cannot thank you guys enough for all your photos and your interactions. I do know I've talked to a number of people that say they're a little bit hesitant to put photos in because they get critiqued. But I just want to make this point is that the critique is not about you. The critique is on the photo. It's not saying that you are a bad photographer or a bad person. It is that the photo either needs work or it doesn't. And that's the key, right? It's about building a skill, not so much about winning, as you guys are all saying. And I cannot thank you guys enough. So JT, Pat, Sean, thank you guys for hanging out and running through these photos. We'll see y'all next time as we
thank you.
Build and grow. Oh, and JT, don't go anywhere. We're going to hang out for a second and then we'll, after the stream ends, here we go.
Cool.
Have a great one, everybody. Thanks everybody for watching and being part of the collective. If this has sparked any thoughts or resonated with you, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us grow and keeps the conversation going. We'll see y'all next time.